Are you living alone? Are you unable to handle relationships, or do you simply feel happier on your own? These are the thoughts that might make you feel pressured, but don't worry. In this video, we'll explain in 4 points just how valuable it is to live alone. You can be sure that almost everyone who lives alone and doesn't have a relationship is seen as pitiful by society. This is quite absurd, and no one has the right to interfere in someone else's life. There's a prevailing belief that people can't stand on their own and that their lives will fall apart if they're alone. It's believed that living alone is impossible, which pushes society into a massive disaster. The reason behind this is that we're often driven into marriage with someone we don't love due to societal pressure. The result of this is extremely destructive and irreversible. And if there's a child involved, things only get worse. The danger of romantic love. We need to understand that the concept of romantic love, the idea of two special people deeply loving each other for life, is quite new, overly enthusiastic, and rather odd, with a history of no more than 250 years. When it comes to long-term relationships, almost everyone can be annoying and difficult. While a good romantic marriage might seem theoretically possible, in practice it is extremely unlikely, which makes any failure less embarrassing. Is your partner perfect? Those of us who prefer to remain alone shouldn't be seen as anti-romantic. In fact, we might be the greatest romantics, because those who eventually find themselves in average relationships are often the most passionate romantics. These types of relationships are most suitable for people who don't expect too much from a relationship. We are not sane enough for relationships. While knowing how to love someone and live with them can be a sign of maturity, recognizing that it's something that a large portion of us are psychologically incapable of handling is an even greater sign of maturity. Voluntarily retiring from the outcomes of our inner turmoil to save others and ourselves is a sign of a kind and gentle heart. You can't harm anyone. It keeps you away from those who constantly remind you how difficult and strange you are. There's no one around to constantly record your oddities and hold you accountable for them. If you're lucky, you might even be able to tolerate yourself or even love yourself while you're alone. If you liked my video, please don't forget to subscribe.